Okay, thanks a lot for joining in. Begin our session three of Soulful Conversation, third series, season three and session one. And what I thought is, what a better way to start this session than song from monsoon, which is a song which is synonymous with Indian monsoon, because we are all going through this season. Uh, I think for all of us, when we talk of rains, when we talk of monsoon, and especially Mumbai rains is absolutely juxtaposed to this song, I think. So that's why I choose this song to start off our season. This is Rimjim Giri Sawan Sulari Sulari Jai Manzir, composed by, I needless to mention, Rahul Burman, written by Yogesh ji, and of course we will be discussing both the versions, one sung by Kishore Kumar and one sung by Lata Mangeshkar. This is a song in the movie. This is again a dual song, which is same song occurring twice in the, by two singers. And often in the with some other composers, we have seen a happy sad version, okay, of similar same song, a curtailed short version. But with Pancham, as things stand, everything is unique, and both are happy versions, okay, of the same song. So we just heard both the songs, and we'll again hear those songs, the usual format that we. But after hearing both the songs, it's now open to the to all of you to share what's your thoughts, how you felt, anything that occurred to you once you heard both the songs. So, Mayur, just for your information, this is a free-flowing session. We talk about songs, how it connects with us, what's our experience with. There is no fixed format. There is nothing which is non-sayable. There is nothing which must needs to be said. So, whatever comes to our mind about music and our connections to that, we share actually.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't know, so I joined, out of curiosity, see what it is, right? So, yeah, I'll just stay along and see
Sure, sure. And
what's.
please join in with your thoughts,
Yeah.
feelings, etc. Whatever
Yeah.
comes to you. Yeah. So, who would want to? Then you are unmuted, so I would presume you are.
No.
Now, by virtue of that sleep, you can start off.
I'm just thinking.
Or maybe anyone else would want to, as Renu, just thinks through. Hey, please.
I can
Yeah, Shangamita.
think. So while Renu absorbs and thinks about it, I think the first thing that came to me was I miss India. Like that's the first thing that came to, because I live in Greece right now. So uh the moment I saw, of course not the first song, but the second song, the moment I saw Gateway of India and the Marine Drive, I just was like, I want to go. So the first was, of course, the feeling was nostalgia. And it took me back to a very core childhood memory. Um, and it's so strange that it comes right now. So it was somewhere in the year 1996. My father had met with an accident, and he had a major leg surgery. And his students, so he was a PhD guide. So his students, for him to like so that he can spend time while he's bedridden and is recovering, gave him cassettes of R.D. Burman, Kishore Kumar, Muhammad Rafi. Like, there was, I remember there were these lines of cassettes that used to be stacked. And this song, I think the first time I registered this song was then, at that time. I didn't know the visuals. I didn't know that Amitabh Bachchan was in this song. Absolutely no idea until, I saw it in the TV. And I remember that there used to be these evening gatherings that my father and his students would have, just to like keep everything going. And one of the students was an amazing singer, and he sang this song Rim Jim Gire Savan, and that was that's a core memory, because it was a um moment of course, fear that, okay, my father is unwell, he's getting better, but there was also this amazing sense of support that I found in the community there, which they came together, and they absolutely didn't have to do it. I mean, he's just a PhD guide. They didn't have to come home and sing, but because that was the kind of environment I grew up in, like music, song, dance, poetry, all of there was there. So yeah, these are two. I think this is a like a wave of nostalgia that has just hit me right now, missing home and a core childhood memory. So that's what comes to me.
You are
Very
on
unique
mute.
and different thing that you shared. Yeah, anyone else?
Yeah, such a beautiful weather, I would say. When I say rains, हर कोई बच्चा बन जाता है, I think so that way. Everyone feels like just getting wet into that that blessing from the from the atmosphere, I think so. And it makes you express your happiness. और कहीं पे मैं पढ़ रही थी कि rains जो है, they cool the temperature, but they raise the heat.
Raise the, sorry, raise the.
Raise the heat. So, so that is because you become so active, right? So you become so energetic. You feel so good. हर कुछ भूल जाता है शायद से, and it has that power, I think, to make you feel alive altogether. Even if you are just having lows, mood ठीक नहीं है, and all of a sudden बारिश होती है and rains are there, so you just come up with that. ऐसा नहीं है. I think rains, they are also associated with the other extreme end also. कई बार I think loneliness में भी बारिश, that also is having its own kind of a flavor, I would say. So this is what comes to my mind right now.
That was the comment, I think. I'm sure it will become the comment of the evening. Is the temperature down, but it is
No, I read it somewhere. It's not mine, but yeah,
very nice.
it just came to my mind. Okay, ऐसा मैंने पढ़ा था कहीं.
Could be Neeraj. Yeah.
I can go. Super excited when I saw this song because this is one of my favorites, like absolute favorites. And I think for me, like we're talking about like what is each one of ours association with rain. I think this is like for me, rain matlab chai, pakode, petrichor, and rimjim gire sab. It has to be a combination of these. So it's amazing that we're talking about this. But I think when I hear the song, मुझे हमेशा लगता है कि there is this very beautiful association of rain with romance, which has been really fantasized and blown out of proportion by Bollywood movies. And I've always felt that. And I think this song was a very humble beginning of that romance. And that's the way I see it. I think we've had a lot of different versions of romantic songs in the rain and everything. But then this had some charm in it. And I think for me personally, the Kishore Kumar version has always been the more favorite one. I don't know why, but that's been the more favorite one. And then when I was like listening to both of these versions, somewhere I felt, I still cannot pinpoint why that's more favorite, but I think there is there is a difference, and I don't think I was really able to like place my finger at what's creating that difference. But so I'm actually curious now to like learn about Pratik's point of view and the way he would like, present the song. And now that we're talking about both the versions, I think there's some real exciting stuff about to unfold. So waiting.
Thanks, Purvi. I think I was looking forward to that word. That there is both songs are the same, are they different? That aspect that you brought up, I was looking forward to that. That's the whole objective of sharing both. Yatish, very warm welcome to you. I think maybe for the first time you're joining Soulful Conversation. We have been
Yeah,
running this for
yeah,
over a year
Pratik.
now.
Yeah, thanks. I'm glad I'm here. I actually didn't see the notification. I just saw it now and I immediately logged in. I've always been wanted to be here, but somehow it wasn't happening. I thought better late than never, and I just came in.
I'm very
Love
glad
to have
One
that
of
you.
my
you.
favorite songs, though.
Hi,
Yeah.
Yatish.
Sorry.
Hi, Renu. Hi, Prabhi. Hi, Mayur, Neeraj, Sangamitra. Good to see all of you.
Mhm.
I'll remain in the background and enjoy this.
No, please be there. So I'll just tell you, we just played the two songs. Rim Jim Gile Savan is the song of the discussion. So we take a song and then we listen to it and then discuss our various connections, our interpretations. There's no boundary to that. We discuss anything around that song, our experience with that song, how it connects to us, whatever. So it's a free flowing discussion. Please feel free to, because we just played and we'll again play both the songs. It's
Yeah.
both the Kishore Kumar version as well as Lata Mangeshkar version that we played just now.
Okay.
I just saw Neeraj unmuting. Neeraj, look forward to your thoughts.
It's see, like as Purvi said, when you hear like Kishore's voice, it's ultimate. But when we see the visuals, like it's always Lata this number, like which really connects. I immediately connect because of charm, because of romance, because of the time we actually spent in Mumbai. And so I think that is one thing has like its kind of innocence in this picturization. So probably the songs immediately connect whenever we see, whenever we visualize.
I was losing you in between at times. I don't know. Well, last part I lost you a bit.
Yeah, so I think this is a picturization of song, like the way like Lata's version. So that we immediately connect with that. So whenever it plays out, so one immediately connects with that. The kind of innocence, the way it is picturized. So besides, of course, like the sound, the way like she has sang this one.
Okay. So a question to all of you: are these two songs similar or are they different? Yeah.
Same, I think.
Huh?
Same.
Same.
They are different.
Okay. What makes you say they're different? What is that which occurred to you?
When we talk from a lyrical perspective, poetry, the first stanzas of both, I think, are the same. So that is like apple to apple comparison. Now, what changes is the treatment of the song. I felt in the first version, the male version, there is a lot of what we call a therav. There is, and it also shows in the way he's singing. He's sitting and singing on a harmonium. So there is a lot of therav in it. And either the first thing that occurs to when I listen to the female version is, even if I'm not seeing the visual, I know that there is a lot of running around happening, because there is like the word that's the phrase that came to my head when I was listening, like chal mein uchhal, like there is, because there is beats, there is, that there is some dynamic thing happening, even if I'm not seeing. But of course, when you see the visuals, you know that there is a reason why it is there. So I feel the treatment is different. It feels more livelier and louder in the second version. And for me again, and the first one felt like there was more emotion. Both had emotions, but the first one had like a bit of a therav and wanted you to stay in that emotion for a longer time. That's how I interpret.
Very nice. That's essentially the fundamental difference between two songs. Anyone else would want?
For
Yeah,
amateurs
please,
like
Yatish.
me, what does Thera mean?
There is some sort of I would say, a grounded stability in the
Yes.
whole environment.
Yeah.
It's not a rush. It's not an adrenaline rush. It's you are composed. You are
Poise.
yeah.
Poise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, if I add on here, Pratik and Sangamitra, what I felt, why I said same, so I would like to bring that also forward. Like, emotions are the same. What I felt. Therav hai, that's fine. In the second one, it's more livelier, but I think the expression is the same. The only thing is that it has been presented in a different way. What came to me like, so there's no sad or happy kind of a differentiation. It's the same. Male version mein Amitabh is expressing his uh, in his own way, and Lata Mangeshkar, because unka jo Maushami Chatterjee, the character who is there, I think she's just feeling as if the bliss of being togetherness, of that togetherness that she's sharing with Amitabh, and so I think she's on cloud 9. So वो मुझे लग रहा है कि थोड़ा सा है कि okay, the way it has been expressed is different, but emotions, they seem to be the same. I don't know, maybe what came to my mind, I just shared.
Anything from anyone else? That
Pratik, for me, I see them differently. I think when I hear this, the first song of Kishore Kumar, it's, if I can put it this way, it sounds more like in theory, about romance, fantasizing about romance, whereas the Lata version is more like somebody is in love. And what Renu was talking about, like the heat is up. And I think that's what is really bringing in, that extra, that extra boost into their energy levels, and just the way the song is flowing. And we feel that it's like uh, we say in Hindi, chulbul, right? It's got more of that chulbul nature in it than the other one, which is, it's still a romantic song. It's still, like, theoretically a lot of it is still similar, but they are not in love. And I think, for me, it feels like there is a very striking difference about singing that same song while being in love versus just about the Savan.
yeah, I sync with that a bit. To me, honestly, I hardly see a similarity, except for the Mukra or lyrics of Mukra. Lyrics. I would put these two as two separate songs. And that's why every time I think of doing something else, I fall back on this one and only man, Rahul Devan, because he puts so much into that 3.5 minutes. So much. I think in 1 hour, 2 hours, you can go on discussing. And why I say both are, to me, are different. Firstly, if you look at, as Shangamitra very nicely said, that the Therao is there and the momentum is there. Now, I think we have all seen this movie sometime or the other, we may not remember, but the first song of Kishore Kumar comes very early in the movie. That first scene, first or second scene, it comes that Maushami Chatterjee is walking, and Kishore Kumar is also going somewhere. Yes, sorry, Amitabh is also going somewhere, and Maushami feels that he's following him. if I'm not sure if you're aware or not, this is copied from a real life situation. This scenario from a 1949 scenario of the first meeting between Lata Mangeshkar and Kishore Kumar. Exactly the same thing happened. So when Lataji came alighted in Malad station and was going to Bombay Talkies, he saw somebody behind him exactly following her and then crossing him. And then she went to the recording studio. She found that guy sitting there. So she took Hemchand Prakashji, who was the composer, to a side, that this guy is sitting here, but this guy has been constantly following me. So he said he is here for his first ever recording, and that was the first ever recording of Kishore Kumar in the movie called Ziddi in 1949. So Lataji had no idea, and from there, this scenario has been copied from a real life scenario of Lataji and Kishore Kumar, who are incidentally the two singers here. Okay. Now, first thing, if you look at it, they don't know each other. Moushami Chatterjee is coming from a feeling of extreme negativity about this person to seeing that person sitting there and developing a liking. Now, the first song is all about imaginations and contemplation. There is nothing they have not made. There is some sort of infatuation, early stages of liking, from which they are getting into a state of imagination. And when you imagine that Therao, what she is saying, that gliding, you are giving space to your imagination. And that's how Pancham Kampu creates the notes. कहते किसी से. And this is a character singing, the person singing. The character is in focus. So, to make it very, very strong, focused on character, the instrumentation being a majlish is tabla, sitar, flute. Pancham uses tabla, sitar and flute. Because it's a majlishi arrangement, because the focus is on the singer, there is not a very wide open dimension that the camera is getting. The arrangement is very, very Indian. Okay. Now, look at the other song, which is after they have fallen in love. She is a girl from an upper middle class, so-called in those era, a conservative family. And she has gone into a controlless love with a person who possibly doesn't belong to exactly the same socioeconomic strata. And for the first time, she's experiencing love. Now, while you experience, you don't have space for imagination. That's why the notes are so sharp and the curves are so acute. First one is imagining, seeding love. Second one is experiencing love. And when you experience, you don't have time for imagination. You don't have time for mehfil mein kaise. You can't space it out. You're experiencing every moment and move on to the next. They are oblivious to their surroundings. They are completely drenched in love. If you saw, even Amitabh forgot that his addiction cigarette got wet and he threw it out. He forgot about his cigarettes also, which is getting wet. So the speed of the song is very, very different because the experience that you were or what you were doing during the song. And hence, to me, if you look at it's indirect. The notes are indirect. Sargam. Whereas Lataji sings, she hits direct. The note. There's no similarity actually between the two songs. He starts off with Ra, I think. And Lataji straight hits the Sa because there's no time. You hit straight to the point. I'm experiencing right away. That's how Pancham creates a difference. And that's why I say Pancham is so visual in his musical compositions. When you go to the Lataji version, there is no tabla, there is no madal, there is no sitar. There is tumba, there is electric English flute, there is Spanish guitar. Because he now wants to express the adrenaline rush of the two lovers drenching in rain. He resorts to the Western instrumentation, which is synonymous to such adrenaline rushes. So the instrumentation is completely Western. There is not a single instrument which is common between them, except for violins. Look at how he treats the violins. In Kishore version, violins is a distant back. It's just acting as a harmony. But in Lataji's version, violins come actually screeching in the front because it's experience of both. When the waves come and hit the shores, it's violin all along, strong violins playing because he's showing the experience of both the lovers together. So, if you look at the notes, the sargam, it's completely different. They're so quick curves. And Kishore said, this time, because I'm imagining, I'm giving space to my imaginations. So I think fundamentally both the songs are actually absolutely different, except for the misleading thing of common mukra. Because that's the mukra which connects both when they were falling in love and when they are fallen in love. So any thoughts?
Now I realize why they sound so different. Like I was sharing in the beginning, right? Like they don't sound the same to me, but I can't place my finger at like what's exactly the difference. But I realize, and just the connect, right? That I connect with one more than the other. Because probably they're like two very unique, different songs.
Absolutely unique songs, and the best part, the funniest part is the first song that you hum most of the time when it rains has nothing to do with rain. The Kishore Kumar song has nothing to do with the rain. It is drawing an equivalence of upcoming love to a rain. There is no rain concept in it. So somebody in the monsoon sang and posted in Facebook the Kishore Kumar version. I was tempted to, I said that this song is not a monsoon song. There's nothing to do with monsoon. रिमझिम गिरे सावन सुलग सुलग जाए मन भीगे आज इस मौसम में लगी कैसी ये अगन. Now you look at the lyrics, there's nothing about rain. महफिल में कैसे कह दे किसी से दिल बध रहा है किसी अजनबी से. हाय करे अब क्या जतन, अब मैं क्या करूं. So there's nothing about rain. It's drawing an equivalent to my love, which is slowly seeding to the falling of raindrops and the kind of feeling that raindrops create within us.
So this is why I never miss soulful conversations. Every time
please go ahead.
every time it's something new to learn, Pratik. So that is what I never miss.
Also, Pratik, you've busted a myth because in my head now of course, Rim Jim Gire Savan is the first song. Every time, you are putting a garam chai and a rain in the background. Now it will be blasphemous if I put a Rim Jim Gire Savan. I will. Thank you for bringing that to my awareness. Now I have to look for other monsoon songs.
No, you can go for the Lataji.
Yeah, I mean, I would now go for
The
Lataji's song.
Lataji is
Yeah.
all about monsoon. It is synonymous with monsoon, Mumbai monsoon. But coming back to the point that could be made, and which is a very universal point, that she loves humming the Kishore Kumar version. Now, any guess why you do so? It's very, very common. Even female voices sing the Kishore Kumar version. Why?
बहुत सोच के जवाब देना पड़ेगा.
Huh?
Teacher is beyond. बाबा बहुत सोच के जवाब देना पड़ेगा.
If you draw an extrapolation from this scenario that I said, this is again, I say, what Pancham beauty is. it is difficult to sing the Lataji version unless you are experiencing it. When you are generally singing sitting at home or looking at friends, you are imagining. Do you try to sing it while experiencing and getting drenched in rain?
You don't have time for
Then
that.
possibly the Lataji version will automatically come to you. Because it is that momentary experience that Pancham is creating from that song. And number two, of course, that I would put as the Lataji's one is a little tough on the tonal aspect because it has very sharp tones.
Yeah.
You see, it's the curves are so sharp in the Lataji version that it is, unless you really have trained yourself, just to hum it is not very easy. Because Pancham is constantly showing that adrenaline rush. And look at another huge difference, the la 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 that comes in. In Lataji version, la la la, one is she's experiencing. I am experiencing. Kishore's version, there's no such la la la. That talks about how I am experiencing this moment. So with that, we'll now go back and play again the Kishore Kumar version with some of these texts up there, and as we discuss it. Sorry. Sorry.
जब घुंघरूओं सी बजती है बूंदे और माँ हमारे पलके नमूदे जब घुंघरूओं सी बजती है बूंदे हर माँ हमारे पलके नमूदे कैसे देखें सपने नयन सुलग सुलग जाए मन भीगे आज इस मौसम में लगी कैसी ये अगन रिम झिम गिरे सावन.
So you observe some part of. Plus, it also denotes another thing that these are the two people. His friend is getting married. So you don't know this, but it's open to interpretation that it is also their state of mind that they are getting into a wedlock and there is a love which probably is going to blossom between them. So it can be actually the context is that, but the inner meaning, inner underlying thing is between Amitabh and Maushami. But the context probably of singing such a song is friend's marriage, who is just getting into a wedlock.
महफिल में कैसे कह दे किसी से दिल बंध रहा है किस अजनबी से महफिल में कैसे कह दे किसी से दिल बंध रहा है किस अजनबी से हाय करे अब क्या जतन सुलग सुलग जाए मन भीगे आज इस मौसम में लगी कैसी ये अगन रिम झिम गिर सावन सुलग सुलग जाए मन भीगे आज इस मौसम में लगी कैसी ये अगन रिम झिम गिरे सावन.
So it was something you probably wasn't sinking in as to my interpretation, and you saw the whole stress on each of the words, the length, because he's imagining, he's thinking, he's settling into those thoughts. So we now go to the other version, which is the Lataji version, again, with the notes. Listen to the way Antara starts, how different it is completely from the Kishore one. If you just notice here, I think Renu also she sings a lot. Here, all the notes are Shuddhana notes, and on the Lala ending, Pancham does a daring thing of using a Komal Dha, which is actually grammatically, musically not gelling. But his usage of that makes the La 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 so much attractive, but musically it doesn't go with one another. And one person about whom again another 1 hour can be discussed is Yogeshji, of course. So if you look at the lyrics of Yogeshji, he never uses Urdu words. He completely shuns Urdu words. There's not a single Urdu. And what beautiful illustration of the mood of Mausumi in the second song. When you look at the usage of his words. इस बार सावन दहका हुआ है, इस बार मौसम बहका हुआ है. What a beautiful way of putting it. So long, Sawan and Mausam were very different. But is baar, is saal, it's dehka hua and Mausam behka hua. So it's me. But the best part comes, so it's such brilliant lines when it drives the sign line. Jane pike chali kya pavan. And he completely changes the gender of pavan. It is so amazing. Pavan becomes a feminine character. Jane pike chali kya pavan. The rus, the juice of this season, Pavan Pike Chali, which Pavan is me. So, what a beautiful articulation, and Pancham, what a beautiful note and the orchestration keeping pace with that subtlety of the lyrics. So, this is our monsoon song. Anything from Yatish, Neeraj, you have been silent for a while. Anything you would want to add? Anyone? Yeah. Renu, Purvi. Yeah, Neeraj.
It's always refreshing when you reflect or when you share these thoughts. It's ultimate. So thank you for bringing this.
Thanks that you stayed through. You're in office, I can see. And in spite of that, you joined in. It's really a pleasure. Anything from anyone else also?
I think I'm just going to say amazing start to season 3. You're cutting out a little bit today, Pratik.
Huh?
At least for me.
Voice is cutting off, is it?
A little bit, yeah. In between at times, not always.
I'm doing it from a different place from my usual ones. I don't know. Maybe I should be changing.
Loved it. I'm sorry, I need to drop for
yeah. We are
another
on
meeting.
the hour.
But
so we'll come back next month again. Hope to see you. Yeah, we are sharp at 6:30.
See you.
Thanks for joining in. Let's enjoy monsoon and play Lataji version whenever it rains. And whenever you are falling in love, play Kishori's. Okay. Thank you all for joining. Bye. Bye.
Thank you, Pratik. I missed most of it because I was on calls, but I'm going to look up your.
But hopefully it will be on YouTube. Yeah, you can take a look.
Sure. Thanks.
Thanks so much. Bye.
Bye.
Pratik, I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
आपने बोला adrenaline rush is only because of Western instruments.
No. I said there is an adrenaline rush. Because they are meeting in isolation, meeting together, falling in love. Actually, the girl comes out without telling her parents. Okay. To reflect that, the use of fast-paced instrument which gels well with the likes of a tumba, the Spanish guitar, the reso, because this brings in a lot of motion. Okay. So that is why Pancham possibly chose to use tumba instead of a tabla, reso instead of a madal, and Spanish guitar instead of a sitar. Okay. In this, that's what I feel. Okay. To demonstrate the adrenaline rush, to demonstrate their
that is what, yeah.
In
that context.
Only. Yeah. So this song, I missed the word actually. This song is more physical, and the first song is little more plutonic. So the plutonic song is actually based on sitar, tabla, and madal and flute. And the physical song, to show that physicality, it's a tumba. And I think culturally, instrumentally, also things are like that. Conceived or perceived like that. So I think that is where also from Pancham came. So my point of bringing Pancham songs is this kind of discussion I fail to have with they're beautiful songs, but it's restricted to a song. This endless understanding. I have heard this song 100 times. I'm sure next time tomorrow when I hear, I will figure out another small piece of interpretation out of something of this song. That's what keeps it intriguing.
Great. Lovely.
Wonderful. Thanks so much. Hope to see you next month again. Let's see what song.
Yeah, it would be a good one, and we are open to anyone you choose.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
Chalo. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you
Bye,
so
Pratik.
much.
Bye,
Thanks so much.
Sangatama.
Bye-bye. Bye.